I used to be so convinced that happiness was the goal, yet all those years I was chasing after it I was unhappy in the pursuit. Maybe the goal really should be a life that values honor, duty, good work, friends and family. I think it's good to be confident. If I'm not on my team, why should anybody else be? I think that the power is the principle of moving forward, as though you have the confidence to move forward, eventually gives you confidence when you look back and see what you've done. There's unpanned gold in every soul you run into, no matter what walk of life they are from. It's hard to get out of the barrel. It's slippery around the edges and people are happy to see you fall back in. You have to let go of the things that are darling to you. You have to take the focus off yourself and put it on the shape of the scene and the intention of what everyone else needs. Sometimes you just gotta be drop-kicked out of the nest. I think that we all do heroic things, but hero is not a noun, it's a verb. Sometimes you gotta run before you can walk. Nothing will serve you better than a strong work ethic. Nothing. Everyone has a story, and the story changes, and the more I can root into the truth of things, it's so hard. I don't think anyone ever really puts it all together. But somewhere along the way it all became fused. I'm coming from a place of total strength and humility now. Job one is to get out of that cave. A lot of people do get out but don't change. I am in the continual process of transcending fear. Life is just so painful and messy and hard and worth it and all that stuff. Look, even bad years are pretty good years, I think. Worrying is like praying for something that you don't want to happen. There's somewhere you're supposed to go, and if you get quiet enough, you'll make it. I think it's miraculous that anybody survives themselves. I think you end up doing the stuff you were supposed to do at the time you were supposed to do it. I understand reversal of fortune, that usually has come through my own hand, but you live life on life's terms. Discipline for me is about respect. It's not even about self-respect, it's about respect for life and all it offers. Mediocrity is my biggest fear. I'm not afraid of total failure because I don't think that will happen. I'm not afraid of success because that beats the hell out of failure. It's being in the middle that scares me. Whenever I watch someone doing something, even if it doesn't turn out so great, I at least admire their intentions. I always think part of success is being able to replicate results, taking what is interesting or viable about yourself as a professional person and seeing if you bring it into different situations with similar results. Nothing's a break for me. Not even the breaks are breaks. One must always be mindful. There's a little bit of asshole in every nice guy, and there's a little bit of genius in every moron. It's really not that difficult to overcome these seemingly ghastly problems. What's hard is to decide. Listen, smile, agree and then do whatever you were gonna do anyway. I want to give myself the freedom not to have to be projecting my whole life ahead. I have a sense of destiny that you are led to the things you are supposed to do. All these years, my favorite thing to do in life was to be laughing until the tears well up. Now I've found that humor is something as valuable as an aqualung to divers. You need to know what to do when the sun is not shining. For years, I took pride in being resilient. That turned me into this guy who can get hit by a brick bat every morning and still look kind of cute. People rise out of the ashes because, at some point, they are invested with a belief in the possibility of triumph over seemingly impossible odds. I guess the issue for me is to keep things dynamic. It doesn't matter whether or not you can act. If you can go into a room and make these sweaters want you, that's what'll get you the job. The lesson is that you can still make mistakes and be forgiven. I'm not weird. I'm adorably eccentric. The higher the stakes, the happier I am, the better I will be. There are some parents who have really done it right and told their kid, you know, we have this dough, none of this is for you. You have to get your own. I take some pride in representing myself exactly how I would like to have my son remember me to his son. Sometimes I wish I was a llama. Do I want to be a hero to my son? No. I would like to be a very real human being. That's hard enough. I always thought genius meant someone who has a lot of character, and everybody has a lot of character, so I don't know. I don't want to be too humble. It's not that hard to be good. You just have to do it a lot. I know very little about acting. I'm just an incredibly gifted faker. When you have a good script, you're almost in more trouble than when you have a terrible script. People never change because they are under threat or under duress. Never. They change because they see something that makes their life seem valuable enough to start moving toward a life worth living. Remember that just because you hit bottom doesn't mean you have to stay there.